What's up, everybody? It's CJ here from TheElectricBoogalo, and we have not posted a video for a good long time. That is mostly because, one, past week I was in Canada with the orchestra. I'll get into that in a little bit. And two, SV has had baseball going on a lot. It's in full swing, and it's going to be like that until probably the end of May. And three, we've both had school projects to do, and schools, hopefully, I think this is going to be the last, big thing before it starts winding down, and then we have finals, but after that, we should be back going, so the next month may be a little bit slow, but we'll see. And I and Sam both have not played Call of Duty much. I played maybe 3 hours in the past 2 weeks, and he hasn't played a whole lot. He said he played the campaign, which is cool. I actually like the campaign. I played it a while ago. I don't know what the opinion on it is, but I'd rather play multiplayer because you can only play the campaign once, and then it's the same. Now, I'll get into my trip to Canada and how great it was. So, I play in the orchestra at my school. I play the bass. Not very many schools have a full orchestra like we do, and that's one of the big things at our school, our music program. So, we left Wednesday morning. This is a week ago, Wednesday. And we drove up to Canada, across the border, and went to Niagara Falls. And then after that, we stayed there for a few hours, got some cool pictures. It was really crappy, and there was mist coming off the falls. It was cool, though. And then we went into Toronto. Toronto is a very, very clean city, and it reminded me a lot of Boston, although Boston's closer, sort of, I guess. The streets are not as wide, they're smaller, but Toronto's clean, and I noticed a lot about Canada. Everybody's clean, everybody's Asian, and everybody smokes. At least the majority do. I guess the smoking is bad for you thing hasn't got up there yet. But anyway, for Thursday, we had, what did we do Thursday? Thursday we had a bunch of free time during the day. We walked around on one street, kind of the main street down there. And we walked into all kinds of different stores, and they have 2 huge malls in Toronto. At least just on that one street. And then also, we went into an EB Games, which is the equivalent of GameStop for Canada. And I bought Injustice, Gods Among Us, which is a fighting game, for $70 after the exchange rate and everything, which I hate exchanging money, because if you're American, you lose money there. And the stuff still costs the same or more. But anyway, I bought that game, and we had a PS3 in the room, and we had a pretty good time with that. I've played it a little bit. I was playing it last night. It's fun, but I don't really think fighting games are worth the $60 or $70 you end up spending on them, because it's kind of redundant after a while. Then Thursday night we went and saw The Wizard of Oz, a musical. It was cool, but it was long and drawn out. We ended up spending 2.5 hours there, and it was just boring after the first 45 minutes of it. Then Thursday night we went back to the hotel after the show, And we actually, my one friend Wesley, we took an our other friend's Billy, or I don't know, some of you might know him as Transit OG. We took his mattress out of off his bed and shoved it in the bathroom, and then it essentially like laid across the whole hotel bathroom, just, and we couldn't open the door up, so then we had to go back in and like physically like yank it out. Oh, it was just a good time. It was a good time. We didn't want to leave it in there because we figured he'd like get angry or tell a teacher or something. And then Friday morning we went to the Hard Rock and ate at the buffet there. And then we went to the CN Tower, which is one of the tallest buildings in the world. I have a picture as my phone background right now. It's really cool. And they had like glass floors there. When you go up to the very top, the elevator, first of all, is glass, like you can see out of it, which is cool. And there's glass floors. And just standing there, it's scary at first because you don't want to step out, but if you're in Toronto, go to the CN Tower. It's fun and crazy how big it is. Also on Friday for lunch, I had a Hero Burger, which is like a chain there, Hero Burgers in Canada, and it was probably one of the best burgers I've ever had. It had Canadian bacon on it, and it's just ham. I was kind of not impressed by the Canadian bacon, but the burger was great. And then Saturday we went to our competition and played, and the group that I'm in, our full symphony, we got a 1 rating, which is the highest. And then, so after we played, we got on our buses, and then we went over to Medieval Times, which is like jousting and sword fighting and medieval times. That's what it is. And you eat with your bare hands and everything. It is really, really fun. And so that's where our awards banquet was held too for our like the performers. And if you live by or are going to a city that has medieval times and you've never been to one, definitely go. Everybody should have to go because it is just a blast with your friends if you're able to go with them. Just sitting and watching like them joust. And we had the red knight and we made it to the finals, but we eventually lost, unfortunately. But then at like 10 o'clock we boarded the buses to go back to northeastern Ohio. So we made it through border control okay, even though I figured it would have taken a little bit more time. And by 4:30 a.m. I was back in my own bed. And I just walked in, fell face first onto my bed. And then I slept for a long, long time because I was very tired at that point. And the gameplay should be winding down here soon. So, I'll see you guys later. Look for a video tomorrow probably because I don't have anything else to do but make a video today. So, like, rate, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.